Okay, now we're going to head back toward the back of the coach and cover some things. Okay, first of all, there's this little panel that's there beside the switches for the step, and this is just your winterizing controls for putting winterizing fluid into your system. I don't have to worry about that too much because I live in Florida, but and we already went over these controls before. So let's go over to the kitchen here. So a couple of differences again with the 2016 and the 2015 and the early 2016s is it comes with this sink versus a little bit smaller sink that had a much smaller faucet that popped up. I really like this bigger sink with stainless steel sink with this pop-up faucet. And the way this works is this just goes like that, and then you just control the temperature and up and down here like this with the temperature, and then turns it on and off like that. You just got to remember when you're done to push it all the way down, push this all the way down, and it folds down. That way you got lots of working space to work in the kitchen. This is a pretty standard 2-burner stove. It actually has electric start too, which is actually pretty cool versus having to pull out some matches like I had in my last trailer. Above that, there's a piece of glass. I'm sure this is like a fire safety thing. And then we got lights underneath there. So the lights are actually really nice and bright. LED lights to light up your kitchen area here. Let's see if I can see that pretty good. Okay, and then beside that we have the different coach lights. So this one flicks on the coach light that's kind of in the middle of the coach, and then this one flicks up the one that's kind of in the toward the back of the coach near the air conditioner, and that this one flicks on the bathroom light. Okay, let's flick all this back on again. Let's flick this back on, and then of course in the kitchen here you have a, I guess I should say galley, sorry. In the galley you have a 2-plug 120 volts, and then you've got another cable hook up there. They put this there, I suppose, to, if you want to do like some kind of fold-out TV in here so that you could keep it in here. It's on some sort of fold-out mechanism so that when you're laying back here in bed, you can watch TV. I mean, it's not really a big deal for me because I don't usually watch too much TV when I'm traveling, but I could see that if you really wanted to watch TV in bed, and I'm sure that that's why they put that there. So let's flick these back on, and we'll keep moving along. Okay, underneath the galley, we have three good-sized drawers here, and you know, notice that they're all on this nice push-button click thing. It locks the buttons, and then gets them out of the way so you don't catch them when you're walking through. But this is 3 really good-sized drawers right here for the coach, and of course over here we got a nice big cabinet, which I'll probably keep a garbage can, or I might put like some sort of hanging bag thing on the side here for the garbage can, then keep like supplies and stuff like that under here, like maybe a sink like for cleaning the dishes, like a little tub for cleaning the dishes or something like that. I don't have to figure that out yet. The other thing that's under here is the plumbing, and then of course there's a fresh water filter system that comes with the Travato, which is really nice. Underneath here you got this little pull-up little thing. Pull this up, and in here you've got the pump that's for the shower. Because the shower is so low, it doesn't have a drain that can make it into the gray tank. So it actually has a pump that pumps it out of that little valve right there. It collects the water, and then there's a little switch inside the shower. It pumps through this, and it pumps it into the gray tank. So you have to have that running during the shower, or the water will collect inside the shower. So that just pumps it out. It's a little filter right here. You might have to clean once in a while to get it all nice and working well. And then this just pops back in again like this. Let's see if I get that without breaking anything. Okay, there we go. Okay, so that's the galley. Okay, one other thing is under the galley. This is the propane alarm. So this is obviously we've got to keep this tested and checking it because you don't want to die of breathing in propane. The other thing, as far as alarms and stuff go, there are a couple other alarms in here. This is, I'm sure, a smoke alarm up here, and then I'm not sure which one this is. This is a carbon monoxide alarm. So that's near the front of the cab is the carbon monoxide alarm up high there. So I figured I'd cover that while I'm doing that. And that's that's the Galley. Okay, opposite from the Galley we have the microwave. This is your basic carousel 900 watt microwave. I'd really rather have a convection oven, but unfortunately the G doesn't come with a convection oven. The G just comes with this microwave. I'm not sure why I turned off all those lights, but G just comes with the microwave. But I guess there's not enough space up there for a convection oven. I'm going to measure it out, see if I can find a convection oven that'll fit in that space. Because then it means I got to carry like a toaster oven or something when I want to actually cook something in an oven. So that's a little disappointing. The K does come with a convection oven. It's got a smaller fridge and it's down low and stuff like that, but it actually comes with a convection oven. I guess they just configured it that way. So this little storage compartment there beside the microwave, you can see the little plug back in there for powering the microwave, so you can unplug it. And it's got those little clickers. This is a nice, I guess, pantry-sized area here. Besides, it's also could be used as a wardrobe. It's got the bar up here as a wardrobe. And then the compartment down here below, and I'm hoping that I might actually need the light here. Let me see if I can turn the light on here. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so the down below section here, I'm going to have to have this little suction cup so I can lift up the board. And down below here, you'll see the inverter. I can actually hear that thing humming. Must be doing some battery charging. So we got the inverter right there. So you can see it's an IntelliPower like 45 watt inverter. Intelligent inverter with a fan on the side. You can see the plug here, which I'm not sure what that is that's plugging in there. But I guess that's the plug that goes and hooks up to the rest of the coach. This is the back of the speaker for that subwoofer, and then you see these big fat tubes right here. That is the heating ducts for that come out of the Truma combi, and you can see back in there. You can actually see the van itself. You know, it's not covered or anything like that, so you can see the shell of the van, and you can see that tube right there is the exhaust for that Truma combi coming out the side there. So that's pretty cool. I'm not sure we can see all the way through to the other side. There's the back side of the Truma combi. And let's see if we can see over here. So you can see those air vents that are coming out of the combi. And then I want to put an inverter in, like I said before. So it's either put it up front over there. I'd really rather put it back in here. Maybe move those vents out of the way and put it right on the floor there or something, but not that much space there to get that in. I have to move those vents around or something like that. So anyway, this just pops back in here. Put my little suction cup back on here. It helps lift it up. Another one, the only modification I made so far, a little suction cup. But anyway, so that's that cabinet. One thing I did forget to do over here was the cabinet above the kitchen, and this has actually got a really decent sized cabinet above the Galley here. It's nice, and again with these, it's got this nice finish too, so I don't have to worry about it getting too nasty. It's got this stainless steel trim in it. It's actually really nice. And then of course this, I forgot to mention this little rack over here for putting spices or whatever you need in your kitchen. So let me turn that light off now. Let's see here. Okay, so that is the rest of that. The one thing I did skip was the fridge. I think I will need the light for the fridge. So here's the fridge. Now this is an awesomely sized fridge for a Class B. You've got the little freezer in here. Of course, this little freezer section pops out. There's these little connectors right here. You slide those connectors, and this whole freezer section pops out to make it all one fridge. If you really need a lot of fridge section, you can see I've got it. Well, I've got it down pretty cold. It's 32 degrees in there. Lots of storage area in the fridge with a drawer in the bottom, drawer storage on the sides here, and I've got this little bubble in here. And you might have noticed when I took the video from the outside, you're like, why the hell has he got that thing up on ramps? So I got up on ramps because my driveway slanted, and to run the fridge, you really should have your van as level as possible. So I put that little level in there to make sure before I turn on the fridge that it's level. So anyway, so that is the fridge. Of course, it can run on either 120 volt power, 12 volt, or it can run on propane. And right now I'm hooked up to my house, so I have it on that. And this is a little gauge for your temperature control. This will show you when you're on flame whether or not it's flame, because it doesn't have an I had a trailer before that had an automatic ignition system, but this is basically when you put it on propane, you have to hit this little flicker, and when it gets into the green, it tells you that it is actually up and running. Okay, so that is the fridge. I think I'm going to go and cover the shower next. So first of all, the coolest thing about the shower, first of all, I think the shower is just, it's actually too big for a van this size. I mean, I do not need a giant shower bathroom thing, but it's what comes with it, and I think my wife will like it. But you know, I don't need a big giant thing right here. So it's got this big steel door on the outside that's, I guess it's aluminum or something, I'm sorry. And it's nice and light, but it's really well protective. It's got a little strap here that holds it in place. Let's do this. Pop that back. Okay, good. So, so that's the door. Like I said before, the drain. This is an all-inclusive fiberglass shower system. I don't even think there's any seams. It actually seems to be a seam right there, but that seam has been well caulked. But that's the only seam in this whole shower, as far as I can tell. It's you know, there's obviously a seam down there in the corners and stuff, but I mean it's really well sealed, so it shouldn't hold too much in the way of mold and mildew and all that nastiness. So it's got a light at the back, and I showed you how that light went on. This is the vent. So what, you're taking a shower, it vents out all the hot air, and that just goes like that. And then to turn that off, to close it, just pull it down like that. Oops, I don't think you're supposed to pull it down while it's moving. And then that closes like that. So, so that's the vent. The 2015s, the late 2015s and 16s come with this little cabinet at the back, which is really nice. So it's got some pretty good storage in there. Keep all your bathroom type stuff, and you don't have to worry about getting wet, because, you know, let's go back here to the shower. The shower is way over on this side. So here's your shower and your shower cord, which hooks up to the sink, which is pretty common. You got a small but useful stainless steel sink. Of course, you got your hot and your cold, and your little valve here to pull up and activate the shower. It's got a switch on the shower, so you can actually turn the water on and off right at the shower head. So if you're trying to save water or save water from going into your tank, you can control it. And, you know, I guess you could actually, you know, sit down in the shower at the same time. I guess if you're tired, you know, a hard day of cycling or kite surfing or something like that, you're ready to go. So under here, you got a little dry storage, keep your toilet paper, and then another dry storage over here. Because you got to remember, this whole area is going to get wet when you're taking a shower. So you have it dry. It has a mirror over here. I like to be in my own videos. So, and above that, this is where you got your switch for the power drain. So while you're taking a shower, you got to have that on, so it pumps out the water out of your shower drain here and into the tank. There should be a little filter down here. I don't know why I got a little standing water there, but there's like a little filter in there, so you can, it keeps it from getting too clogged up in that pump. I need to dry that out. Say a little bit of water stands in there. I don't like that. So that's basically the shower, and you see, I'll show you what it's like when you're in here. Close that like that, and that shows you the shower. Give you a little circumferential view. And there's tons of room in here for a shower. I mean, almost like crazy amounts of room for a Class B. I mean, obviously you're a Class A person, you're like, what the hell? That thing's tiny, but I think it's pretty awesome. Okay, so that's the shower. Okay, we're gonna go back toward the back of the cab now, and the first thing I'm gonna show you is the air conditioner. I have to put the little light on because this little light was too bright to video it with. So it's an awesome little air conditioner. I think this is like a Coleman Mach 8 or something like that. So you have your two controls. You got your fan, your off, low fan, high fan, low cool, and high cool. And then you switch it all the way back to off again. And then you got your temperature selector. It goes from hot to cold, and the arrow is actually on this side. So that would be full cold, and that would be full hot. I don't think this thing actually doesn't do any heat, because you've got the Truma combi for heat. So the air actually sucks through these, and there's these little vents in here. Sorry, these little filters in here that you can clean. And then the air either comes out the back here, and there's two little baffles. So you got a baffle toward the back, or you got a baffle toward the front. So obviously you don't have both blocked, but if you want to cool the front of the van, you can keep this open and shoot the back. But if at night, you may want to open the back and close the front. So that's the air conditioner. Okay, one thing I want to show you about the back door while it's closed is that, first of all, you still have access to these little lights here. But it's hard to open the doors in the back if they're closed all the way. So you got to get all the way in here, because you can't use this thing. That just opens up this door. So you've actually got to get in and hit the handle in here. So let me show you how to do that. So you got to get in here, get your hand in there, and then pop that like that, which isn't the most awesome way to do it. Let's get that open. And then you open this one, you put that like that, and then you're open like that. So I just want to get a little light in here while we're filming. The back section is going to be actually, let's cover the circuit breaker panel. So this is it doesn't have a cover for this circuit breaker panel. I'm not sure why they did it. The early 2016s had like some sort of cover system, and you didn't actually see this breaker panel, but I don't really mind it. It doesn't really bother me. So you got your mains, your microwave, your water heater, your general receptacles, AC, and refrigerator and converter. So those are the breakers. Underneath that, I'm not sure if I got good enough fingernails to open this up. Underneath that, we have our regular fuse panel. So this is all for your 12-volt system, of course, down here, and that's all your 120-volt type goodies. And in here, let's see if I can show you this. It has, somebody has written in there what the different fuses do, which is convenient. So, and that just pops right back into there. So that's actually pretty nice. Some people may not like this like circuit panel, like outside of a building type circuit panel thing, but it doesn't really bother me. Above that, you have a nice little drawer, which is nice. This is, again, the early 2015s didn't have these drawers. They had the bed was down like at this height right here, so you didn't have these drawers right here. So you got these awesome drawers right here. One, two of those drawers. I mean, you can store a lot of stuff in these drawers. The bad thing about these drawers, obviously, if you got the bed down, you can't access those drawers. So if you keep clothes or something in there, you're gonna have to make sure you get them before you go to bed. So underneath that, they have these little, let me hit the light again here. You got this nice little section down in here. You see, that's the wheel well, obviously. So this little compartment isn't quite as big as the other one, which is right down here. And I think I showed you this earlier, which has got the jack in it. But that's actually pretty good size. And you can see it looks like it goes all the way through. So if you got something long, you could stick it all the way through there. You can actually see the drawer mechanisms and stuff. But yeah, that's actually pretty cool. Nice big storage section right in there. For putting, I think, dirty stuff, ramps and levelers and things like that you need to get to when you're doing, when you're getting your RV all set. Okay, so the other thing to show you here is these little pockets. So this little pocket's on the bottom of the bed, and these little Velcro up, and you can pull that up, and you can stick stuff in here, or you can just stick stuff in the end, stick it in this one here, and stick something long all the way down. So it's actually pretty cool. Use it for laundry, or maybe to store some of the window covers or something like that. But that's pretty convenient that they have that in there. Then again, of course, they've got another one of these little shelves for maybe putting your phone, your glasses, or Kleenex, or whatever you need while you're in bed. I'm gonna fold down the bed here in a second. Got these awesome size cabinets above here, and there is a 2 USB plugs up here. So if you're gonna put your cell phone here or something like that, you can charge it up here. There's a little green light to let you know that is that actually showing that's actually working. That's pretty cool that they put that there. And this is a long one, so it isn't separated. So both of these cabinets, I mean, you can see, if you got something long, you got a stick. That's a really nice big section. It looks like it's well constructed, little carpet in there, and those just pop down like that. So that's actually really nice. Okay, so let's go back toward the total rear here. And the other thing is these floors. This comes with this, I think they call it crosshatch or something like that. Really nice, durable flooring. I mean, I think it feels good, like, because they're gonna be jamming like kiteboards and kiteboarding equipment and bicycles and mountain bikes and road bikes and all kinds of, you know, toys for the road in here. And I imagine I'm gonna have to do something to protect these walls from getting too banged up. But you'll see that. So while I'm driving, I'll have the stuff in there. Once I get to my destination, I'm ready to go to bed at night. You just undo the seat belt. It just clicks in here like that. It's nice and easy. Unclick the seat belt, and then you just fold down the bed like that. I'm not sure if you can see that well. Let me flick on some more lights here. And you just fold down the bed. Now you can see, like I showed you before, that Froley system, which can take some functionality out of it if you wanted to use this for something else besides a bed, like while it's folded down, use it as like a big table if you're gonna do some work in here or something like that. So I'm not really sure if I'm going to keep that or not, but it's pretty comfy. Okay, so then the bed just folds down. This is a nice big fat mattress, and this is a good size bed. I can't remember the exact dimensions. I think it's 46 wide and like 72 inches long or something like that, but it's a good size bed. And then of course it's got a little pocket over there for keeping your goodies at night. I imagine you'd sleep with your head down here and your feet down here. There is this slight cutaway to make it easier to get in and out of the bathroom, which shouldn't bother you too much. If you got two people on here, I guess put the shorter person on this side, or maybe just, you know, sleep a little closer together. The other thing back here is you got the window, of course, and you got a blind here for blocking out the light, and there's a little Velcro thing down here that holds it in there. Yeah, it's a decent blackout blind. I had these really awesome things on my trailer that zipped up and down. I'd really rather have those because you can have the screen go halfway and stuff. It was really cool. But that's, you know, it's a nice blind. It's decent. It'll work. Then of course you just pop this open here like that to get the window open, and then the window just slides open like that. So, and of course there's a screen on that side. So that's nice. You're laying in bed, you can open up the window and have a little fresh air. If you've got the back windows, the back doors closed, so that way you're good to go. But then I can just slide that shut and lock it, and we're good to go. So I think that covers pretty much the back. To fold this back up again, it's a little tricky. You gotta fold this up like this, fold this up like that. You gotta move it back like that, and then flip it up like this, and then flip this like that, and then you come back here and you snap that down. Okay, so, and that's the bed in there. So let me get a little view. I haven't really shot much view back this way, but you can see it's actually a really good sizable, very spacious van here. I just kind of come up to the back here, show you a little view again of this. Oh, one thing I didn't cover was this roof vent right here. So let me see if I get this covered. So this is a little knob that opens and closes it, and then we have your power controls over here. So and then there's a lock thing here to keep it locked. So have it unlocked right now, so I can crank this open. It opens up the vent. This isn't that one that's got like the temperature control and all that kind of stuff. It's the pretty basic one, but I think it's pretty decent. And it's got a fan. 1, 2, 3 power, and it's not super quiet, but it's quiet enough, and it really sucks some air out of there. So I think it's pretty awesome. The cool thing is, if you close it while it's running, it automatically shuts it off. So that's pretty cool. We'll shut that off, and we'll turn it to lock. You go like this to lock it, which is actually pretty cool. But okay, so that's the fan. I'm trying to think if I forgot anything else. I don't think so. I think I got it all.